Hi Rebecca, I'm trying to learn Dendrology. Today the Western Red Cedar, and after we've done it, we're gonna do stretching. And if you participate in the stretching, then it's really honest. Western Red Cedar, or in Latin, Fuya plicata. Fuya plicata is not a true cedar, but a kind of cypress found from Alaska to California. Okay, it is not an actual cedar or not a true cedar. It is a cypress, and it grows on the east coast of North America, from Alaska down through Canada to California. Western Red Cedar. Now, and if you look at the picture, the previous ones were also cedars. They look similar. Okay, the Western Red Cedar grows from Alaska down from the United States down through Canada to the South United States and California. It grows rapidly in mild, wet western areas to 30 meters height. What are western areas? It gets 30 meters high and it grows rapidly, but is slow in dry places. Okay, in more wetter areas or areas with more rain, it grows higher, it grows slower, it goes faster, and in more dry things, slower, and 30 meters high. It is often grown as a hedge, so like a cypress, as a hedge, clipping well. Do we mean to cut it? Clipping well, and is a useful forest tree to grow in the shade of old large woods, giving a light, strong timber. It's usually thought again, it is interesting. Is a useful forest tree to grow in the shade of old large woods, giving a light, strong timber. Now I don't know, do they mean with woods just one or two trees, or do they mean more? Whatever they mean, in the shade of old big trees or older big forests, where we can grow basically on the ground and still growing them and giving strong timber. The foliage is brighter green and shinier than that of Lawson cypress. Brighter green and shinier than Lawson cypress, and is strongly fragrant of pineapple. The Lawson cypress had a parsley skin. Why do they smell like pineapple? Male flowers are inconspicuous and briefly yellow at the tips of the foliage. I don't know what inconspicuous means. And they're shedding pollen in March. Okay, at the tips of the foliage, the male trees, or I think the male trees have male flowers, and they are yellow, and in March they are spreading pollen. The cones behind the tips are leathery. I don't know what leathery means. 1 centimeter long and yellow, turning brown. Okay, they have 1 centimeter big cones, and they are yellow and turning brown. The bark is dark red brown. Dark red brown, dark. It's the Western Red Cedar. Okay, dark red brown bark and falls away in long thin strips. Do you mean if it goes off of dark? It is dark red brown. Golden-barred Fuya, Sabrina, another tree, but a similar one, the one next to it, has the foliage broadly but variably banded bright yellow. Broadly but variably banded bright yellow. I don't understand. Bright yellow. And can be splendid golden specimen. Can be a splendid golden specimen around 25 meters tall. Sabrina is yellow, is bright yellow, and is 25 meters tall. That was the Western Red Cedar. In the next part, in Dendrology, we're gonna do that all again, and then we try to take the information together which we understand and which we want to have in our presentation, and make a presentation about the Western Red Cedar. But not now. That means that was the Dendrology part. If you were here for Dendrology, you can go directly to the next part of Dendrology. If you stay here, and participate in the stretching when it's better yarusk. My legs are standing good and stable apart, and we're breathing in and lifting the arms up. And breathe out, go to one side. Breathing in, back into the middle. And breathe out, go over to the other side. Into the middle. Out with the hands down. And breathe again in. And out and one hand slides down the leg and the other shoulder stays down. Breathe again in. And out and take one up. Breathe in and out the rib cage. And breathe again out. Come back into the middle. Breathe again in. And out and one hand slides down the leg and the other shoulder stays down. Breathe again in. And out, take one up. Breathe in and out the rib cage. And breathe out back into the middle. Now I have the feet standing together. And breathe again in and lift the arms up. And breathe out and bring one hand down. Breathe in and reach. And breathe again out. Breathe again in, reach high. And breathe out the other hand down. Breathe in and reach. And breathe again out. And the hands down. And now have the legs again standing shoulder wide apart, and we're doing a few shoulder circles. Go back of the shoulders, and front and down. Again back, up, and front and down. And now the other way around, front, up, back and down. And again, front, up, back and down. Now breathe in and lift the shoulders up. And breathe out and forward down. Again, in and up. Out and down. Breathe in and lift the arms up. And we're doing the apple plucker. Reach high, pretend to take an apple hanging high on an apple branch, to turn it a bit around and then to flip it out. And to the next exercise, the shifter. Legs wide apart, arms up to a T, breathe again in. And breathe out, shift over to the side. Again in. And over to the other one. Again in. And out and we're leaning onto the knees. The buffalo fighting its hangover. Breathe again in. And out, bring one shoulder in front. Again in the back. Now the other one in front. Again in. Out the first one again in front. In the back. Out the other one in front. Shoulder back, breathe in. And breathe out and we're hanging down. We're doing the Niagara Falls. Just keep hanging down and breathe deep in through the nose into the chest. And out from the mouth. Again in. And out, go over to one leg. Breathe again in. And out, go over to the other leg. Breathe again in. Out, back into the middle. And now close feet into doing the sides of high and low. Keep on hanging down. Again, breathe in. And out. Again in. And now out, we're coming slowly with round back up, making it with backwards, shoulder roll. Now the garden pose. The torso pointing to the outside, having an ulnar space between the heels. Breathe in, lift the arms up. And breathe out and sink down. And place your elbows against the insides of the knees. And breathe in, straighten up the back. And breathe again out and come with the back up. Breathe again in. And out and down. Breathe again in, straighten up. And out another time with the back up. Breathe again in. Out and down. And again in. And now out, come slowly in one straight line upwards. Now the seahorse pose, have a good standing leg. Place the heel of a mobile leg on top of the knee of a standing leg. Breathe in. Do this only if you can do it without injuring the knee. And breathe out and sink down. Breathe again in, come up. And change the leg. Breathe in. And out and sink down. up again. Now the legs wide apart and the ending closing exercise. Breathe in and down. And breathe out. Bring it in. Out. And in and down. And breathe out. Bring it in. And out. Now breathe in and close the legs. And breathe again out. Now wait for some stretching. I thank you very much and until next time.